Off we go! Battlefield of Eternity, ladies and gentlemen. Play day number 4. So, we got Team Hlopaka against Team Ultralisk right now. Lucio gets banned as we are starting all of this up. But yeah, we are still in the Banshee Cup here. And boy, oh boy, we are already having some fun with this. So, Maiev gets banned. By the way, I'm trying something here a little bit. This is also for the YouTube crowds more so than anything else. I said before that we are trying to accommodate players as best as we can, so players are kind of allowed to shuffle some of their matches around. So what I'm currently trying to do is to make sure that we are, at least for everybody on YouTube and also later for a rerun, having all the games in order. So Hlopaka, for example, has already played... I'm only going to explain this once. From now on, I'm just going to try and stick with it. But Hlopaka has already played a game today. This is technically Playday number 3, and they are playing their number 4 match already today. So I'm going to try and keep track of where every one of these games is in regards to Playday, so that people are not going to get confused around it. It's always this balance act, where on the one hand you want to make it easy for the players, you want to accommodate them. On the other hand, of course, for the viewers, it gets a little bit confusing if a team has already like 5 matches played and another one only has 2. So that's what I'm going to try. If I mess it up at some point, I don't want to hear any complaints. You're going to get slapped if you do. I have a magic ability that I am currently using with very much responsibility. If I read a dumb comment and I snap my finger, there's a big right down the back. I haven't fixed the internet yet because my finger started bleeding after using it for 5 minutes. After going to Twitter, that was my mistake, sorry. So there's certain websites where I have to stay away from that. Twitch, Twitter are 2 of them. Because there's so much stupidity over there. There's like... But yeah, anyways. So, this is Playday number 4. And now we're having Hlopaka against Team Ultralisk, and we're going to see what the 2 teams can pull off here. We have the Banshee Cup, of course, with the $2,500 of prize money. Big shout out to Kevin. Big shout out to Psychiv. And we have, again, the prize pool split. $1,500 of prize money go over to the top 3 and get split, and 1,000 go into the bounty pool that the players can fight for. Murden opening, and we get Sylvanas! Yes, finally! Round of applause! Nice! Look at this! Sylvanas finally sees some action! Brightwing and Blaze get picked, but we have a light bomb combo. Oof, double Shimada even. And then Genji with a light bomb combo for Team Ultralisk here. So, off we go. Diablo and Urel. Oh, that is quite the draft that they got for Battlefield. Hanzo to take out the Immortal, Genji light bomb engaged, Diablo, Urel just bully everybody around 6 days to Sunday. Woo! Not bad. And on top of that, the final pick for Hlopaka. I kind of like his draft pattern too. He always picks his own hero last in the games that they are playing here, so he's always the one to react. He's the one with the responsibility on his shoulders. But he comes in with Greymane, so you got Sylvanas and Greymane to take down structures and the Immortal. If they get an Immortal and they can use Sylvanas and Greymane to push through a fort or keep, that thing is toast in seconds. Game number 1, Battlefield of Eternity. Let's go, everybody. First game of the series, and on the left side we got Team Hlopaka, the blue team with the man himself on Greymane, Captain, my captain. We got Panax on Murden, Miriala on Sylvanas, Brightwing played by Hunter Orc, and Hirath is playing Blaze. On the right side of the map, Team Ultralisk. They have X-Ray and Diablo. They're just coming off a win against Team Masquerade. A pretty intense series, honestly. If you haven't watched it yet, you should probably check it out. And we have them now with Porky on Anduin. He switched over into the support role. We got Ultralisk on Hanzo. Außensiders playing Genji. And Maenaldor is going to assist them with Anduin. Sorry, it's going to assist them with Urel on the side lane. So we have that light bomb engage as one of the strong combos, obviously, from the blue team. And at the beginning of the game, every single time you go up against Sylvanas, but even more so when it's Sylvanas and Greymane, it's a game of where is Sylvanas headed? And in this case, she was headed towards the bottom of the map, and they caught it a bit late. They were positioning themselves in the middle of the map for that very reason, to sniff that out as quickly as they could. But as you can tell, they lost one of the towers anyways. But then again, they're getting a kill against Greymane, so good for them. Taking Greymane out, dropping him, so job well done here. But yeah, of course the next question then would be, can they get more than that. That bot lane 4 versus 4 just continues the way that you would expect it here. So yeah, big damage being done, big attacks incoming. Already with Sylvanas and Greymane, you have a duo that even without the Immortal can just easily take structures down. I mean, this is pretty much what the two of them do. If you at any point get them onto any structure, any wall, they are gonna demolish things within seconds. So on top of that, it's a camp that the teams are fighting for. X-Ray! Haha! Saved for a moment, but not for long. Diablo goes indeed down, and that's the first kill on the team, on the blue team. And they're not even, they're getting more. They're getting the camp, they're also taking Genji out. So this is actually pretty sweet from their perspective. They're not only able to get 2 kills, but they're taking the camp on top of it. They now have a bit momentum going down at the bottom of the map that they can easily use here. So, not a bad start. I mean, again, they initially took down one of the towers, then they lost at least one of their heroes, so the red team was fighting back, but it's already right at the beginning of the game, and back and forth between the two teams as everybody is just doing their thing here. So, top side, our 1 versus 1 just continues. Nothing else to be said about that, but besides, there's another kill against Diablo. Brightwing is down. Damn, son, what a bloodbath all of a sudden. These guys are going ham. What the hell? Yeah, another one is about to fall. Greymane is trying to make it out, but look at this. The kills keep coming. Greymane has indeed also fallen. We are already 7 kills deep. And the game has just now started. 7 kills deep. Game only now beginning 2.5 minutes ago. First Immortal is coming in. And with that, we are pretty much guaranteed to have a lot more big team fights between the two now. But yeah, we're off to the races. I mean, this is game number 1. So let's see what they can do here. Game number 1 and the chance to pull ahead in the series. So Diablo becomes the target again. Pretty quickly. Trying to take him down here once more. Sylvanas also pushing. This is a problem when you're going up against Sylvanas. She doesn't have to necessarily go for the Immortal or start to participate in team fights. She can push the side. Specifically when they're catapults, camp, minion wave. No matter what it is, she has a lot of tools that she can use in order to apply pressure to structures, and specifically around the first Immortal. I mean, look at this. Even if the Immortal would now be won by the blue team, by the red team, who cares? Because they already took a fort down. That's already a win. So right from the get-go, with 1 fort destroyed, blue team is looking at an amazing opening. Level 7, they have it as well, which gives them even more of an advantage here now. And on top of that, they have, of course, still a chance to go for the objective. I mean, that one is still in play. The objective is still absolutely in play and can be claimed, and this is exactly what they're trying for. And since they're dropping Urel, they have a very solid shot of making that work. Can you imagine them taking 2 forts, getting the Immortal now, then moving towards the top lane and dropping another fort? They're already working on it, because they're doing exactly what they've done previously. They're just going onto the side lane and they're saying, like, you know what? You can fight around the objective, that's okay, but we are going to take down another fort of you. So, yeah, they claim it. They get the objective, the red team, Team Ultralisk. But look at this, the top fort is essentially gone. It is gone. They lost it. This is kind of nuts. Well, job well done. I mean, great play. So, right now we have 2 forts destroyed. And Greymane at the bottom of the map has even pushed this out further, has done some damage now to the tower too. And this just doesn't stop, does it now? The Immortal is at least in the hands of Team Ultralisk, but let's face it, how much is the first Immortal here really gonna do? Break through the wall? I mean, nice. Congratulations, what are they gonna do with that? And the answer is obviously nothing. So, yeah. Bad news for Team Ultralisk. And look at Blaze. Blaze is at the top lane, is already pushing for the next one. They're just out-rotating them over and over and over again. This is the entire game plan here. Out-rotate them and make them suffer. And currently, they are doing great in that regard. So, we're only 5 minutes in. 2 forts are gone. And more problems are sure gonna pop up if this trend continues. So, the red team now has to think this through and they have to be like, okay guys, what are we changing? What are we doing in order to prevent this from happening? We need to shut things down here quickly. We can't just simply sit there, take this, and lose more structures. Now, it gets a little bit more difficult, obviously, once the forts are gone, because you have just a much bigger distance that you need to cover in order to get to structures. So in order to now make your way over to your opponent's keep, for example, you really expose yourself to a flank. Well, at least normally you would. But if you get double kills like this one, then it's a different story. And here comes level 10. So now they are level ahead, 7 kills to 3, and they're just absolutely crushing it. They're absolutely crushing things here. Look at this. This is insane. What is happening? Team Hlopaka going through Team Ultralisk like hot butter through cheese as they just destroy one hero after another and walk from one advantage to the next. Taking structures down, taking the forts out, going for the walls at the keeps, prepping for the next objective. And yeah, with level 10, it's not only that they have level 10, they have a 2-level lead. It's not just level 10, they're 2 levels ahead by now. So yeah, pretty sweet, pretty good for them. Yeah, time will tell how far this is going to go, but at least for now, it's a steamroller. So, go for the throat for Greymane, and we're going to keep an eye out on what else they're going to do with this, but at least for now, they are just dominating this. At least level 10 is ready for the objective. That one was important. Get level 10 for the next objective. Obviously, the play that has been made earlier cannot be repeated time and time again. At some point, you have to face the music and go for the immortal. Those things scale and they become more dangerous. On top of that, you also have a situation, as I already explained, where you can't just keep going for structures because they are much, much farther away and then you can easily get flanked and destroyed. But, yeah. Kind of bananas. Huge plays. Now, there is a camp at the top. That's actually going to potentially do a lot of damage. That's why Blaze is headed towards it. Trying to claim it here. So yeah, Blaze is already on the way, making his move there. And then in the meantime, another wall's done against Muradin. Yeah, they're trying to go for the next one here. Try and go for another little play. Can they? Ah, the arrow! And then Genji. They take Greymane out. Greymane is annihilated. Goodbye. He's gone. Big damage incoming from them in a 5 versus 4 that finally gives a bit of a momentum boost into the hands of the red team. I mean, it was about time. Team Ultralisk was just sitting there and was getting farmed, but now they got a chance to make a few plays here, maybe get an objective, get a fort, and really work this through. 7 kills to 4. They're slowly getting there, but this is an explosive. I love this actually as a series. I absolutely love this. I mean, really explosive game right from the beginning, and yeah, pretty cool. So let's see what else they can do with that. Already making a couple of moves on it. Yeah, well, as is. What else are we going to get right now? All the way up at the in the middle. After I'm sure has initially been lost to the blue team, but now they're making up for it. Even more than up for it. Yeah. Pretty quickly starting to take this one out. So, alright, over on the left side, they go for X-Ray. Arrow! The stun, and Brightwing is toast. Absolute toast. Brightwing gets eliminated. And, well, that's it. So, then again, Sylvanas is now coming back. We have 32,000 damage for Hanzo, 31,000 for Sylvanas. Level 13. The lead experience is just bonkers. Yeah. That's a kill! Anduin got away! Diablo didn't. Anduin got away. Hanzo takes the Immortal for the team. The shield again low, but now they lost Genji. It's insane how low some of these guys are, but the problem is still the same. You lost too many heroes. Genji dying there towards the end. He might be back on the map. He's not going to be back up at the top, so the attack is going to be difficult. It's good to see that Team Ultralisk is at least starting to get some kills in, so there's that. But it's just getting... It's a nasty game. I mean, it's honestly a super fun one, at least for us, but for them it's just high explosive. We're 10 minutes in, we got 14 kills already. Immortal gets taken out once more, so despite the fact that they're just winning the objective, it doesn't do anything for the red team. Team Ultralisk can't get anything out of it. They have taken 2 objectives now, and up to this point, they have not gotten a single fort yet, whereas the opponent has already destroyed 2. It's just disastrous. Now the fight comes in again. Big storm bolt straight into the face of Anduin. He's down, so is Hanzo, and they are trying for Diablo, and they take him out too. I mean, damn. Can't stop, won't stop. Utter carnage. Urel gets hit by the storm bolt, is stunned out, and that's that. Woo! Damn, son. Damn. I mean, right now it seems like it's going to be a keep. Maybe not quite the entire keep, but lots of damage on the keep. Oh, he missed the storm against Porky. I think if Anduin dies there, then, well, actually the keep is going to fall. Greymane dies, but he dies for a good cause. This is a cause worth dying for. Greymane's gone. Keep destroyed. And level 16. I think I feel a little bit sorry for them right now. Hlopaka and his team have just completely changed the way that they're playing this and said, like, what if we're just destroying them on the lanes there? And it works. It works really well for them. And I like it, yeah. So, job well done. Question is, of course, how much further can they go with this as things continue. But I mean, for the time being, we're having 16 versus 14, a 2-level advantage, a huge window in which they can use their talent lead over Team Ultralisk. Greymane is still doing his thing on the camp as the next objective spawns, and with 1 keep already gone, catapults are going to become a pest. At least they took the fort out at the bottom of the map. Blue team has lost 1 structure now. So, there's that. Okay. But I mean, again, this is not over yet. But it would still be pretty disingenuous to deny that one team has a mad advantage right now. So let's see where they can get with this. How far they can go here. Okay, for now. Attack again against X-Ray. X-Ray has already suffered a lot. He's not the only one, but X-Ray has died 5 times. Diablo got eliminated 5 times. Greymane has fallen 4 times in the meantime. Yep. And down to the bottom of the map. Camps are still colliding. It's really the catapults that are probably the biggest factor, or will be one of the biggest factors. This is one of the reasons why the team in red needs to take some of these forts out. But they have really nice damage against the Immortal with Hanzo, and that's one of the reasons why they've won 2 already, out of 2. Can they win the 3rd? Arrow out! Nice! Apocalypse follow-up, and it's all denied. Damn, that is... It's a really cool combo if it hits, but it didn't. And you use so many ults, so many cooldowns. If it fails, you are just in the disastrous spot, and this just proves it once more. You have 2 kills immediately against them, and now it's just a question of, okay, what are they doing with it? It seems like they're going for core. I mean, they got Greymane, okay, fair enough. But that might be a little bit too ballsy. 17 seconds until Genji is back. They're getting damage in. I'm not sure if they can take the thing down, though. But they can take Anduin down. And that's probably the beginning of the end. Wow. What a performance by Team Hlopaka. Damn. They're really coming out swinging on this one and absolutely destroying stuff. So that's game. That's just game. 1-0, huge win on Battlefield of Eternity for Team Hlopaka against Team Ultralisk. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Garden of Terror, map number 2. Bit of a speedrun on the first map that we had there. They maybe didn't set a record, but boy did they murder them. I mean, somebody should have called an ambulance because they definitely needed one. So Team Ultralisk, they asked for a short break after the first map, and I totally can understand it because after all the burns that they received, they needed a huge amount of aloe vera in order to patch that up. Now, I've heard that they actually played the second game standing because they got their asses kicked so hard, but I can neither deny nor confirm that. So, we're heading into game number 2, and Team Hlopaka, bit on a tear here. That was a great first game. If they can bring that momentum into map number 2, whew, red team would be in for quite a ride. But it's Team Ultralisk. This is definitely a good team. So maybe they can now turn us around and create another 3-mapper for us. I'm actually pretty happy. Banshee Cup number 2 so far was honestly a blast, because we've seen so many 3-mappers, we've seen tons and tons of games, you know, that were just amazing. We've seen Gazlo win, we see Cho'Gall play twice, and the teams are just having fun with this, and I like it. The bounty concept that we obviously introduced has been used a little bit, but not too much. I personally already said that I expect most of the bounties to be played during the second half of the round robin. And some then also in the group stage, where we have best of 5 matches. Here, a quick reminder on the bounties that we have currently in the game. Now, once more, every single team has their own bounty board. So if a team completes a certain bounty, everybody else can still complete the same bounty. Only that one team cannot just farm the same bounty over and over again. Hlopaka's team completed the Cho'Gall bounty. We had also a bounty completed on Gazlo. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. As like an idea, it's pretty cool, and I think the system that we have right now with the bounty pool that then gets shared by everybody that completes bounties also makes a whole lot of sense and really incentivizes this, especially later. We have Vala now as an opening for Team Hlopaka and Dehaka here in Garden of Terror. I like that we see a little bit more Vala. I kind of like it. Global against Global, Rhaegar in as one of the supports. Yeah, let's go. It's kind of funny to me too that there's some teams, you know, what one team perceives as a bounty where they would have to go out of their way in order to complete it. Other teams have just now incorporated as part of their strategy. Cho'Gall for Team Hlopaka is, for example, just a thing. And X-Ray already spoiled it a little bit and said like, yeah, we played against this in scrims a couple of times and we got just absolutely wrecked. So these two have scrimmed against each other. I mean, a lot of the teams obviously have scrimmed against each other after the teams were formed. And in case you're not familiar with it, the teams were formed by players signing out individually, not as a team for the tournament. We had more than 100 players sign up, which I was mega happy with. I expected 60 maybe, at most. So 100 is huge. And then those players, they voted for 8 captains. Once that the 8 captains were determined, the captains were doing a snake draft and drafted from that player pool their teams. So everybody that wasn't drafted can technically still play in the tournament if a team needs a sub, for example. And there's Cho'Gall again! I just talked about it! They like that as their just standard strategy. And now, on top of that, they use Cho'Gall against a team that has played against that strategy in scrims. Stitches and false stats. You get the double wombo. I mean, Stitches is a big boy, but swallowing Cho'Gall, that is not easy. So if they go for Gorge and then Gust, they can try and isolate Cho'Gall here. But damn, we get him again. And we get Tychus to try and burn him down. Alright. There's your damage with the minigun against Cho'Gall. Hlopaka, final choice. Oriel, very likely as a support for them right now. I mean, normally with Cho'Gall, what you probably see the most is Oriel Extraza. Oriel nearly 90% of the time. It's a bit weird that they are needing this much time to lock the pick in, though. Do we see something else? Nah. Oriel is in. Game on, everybody. Map number 2, Garden of Terror. Game number 2. Time for trouble and make it double. Hlopaka on Dehaka for the blue team. We have Hunter Orc on Oriel. Heroth is playing Cho, Panax on Gal, and Miriala is on Vala. So they're going for that Cho'Gall play once again with a Calloused Hide as the level 1 choice. On the right side of the map, we get Team Ultralisk with the man on Falstad, Captain, my Captain. How many people actually know that reference? That Poet Society, anybody here? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Alright. I was inside on Tychus. We got Porky on Rhaegar. Stitches is playing X-Ray. And Menaldor is playing Hogger. Bit of an easy delay here, apparently. Nothing crucial. Just 30 seconds that the blue team needed. But now we are off to the races. So Miriala has not picked a level 1 talent yet. I personally would be a little bit surprised if we are actually seeing auto attack. I mean, arrow build maybe? Because auto attack would be a little bit weird to me. The priority for Oriel is going to be... It goes for auto attack, fair enough. Creed of the Hunter as a level 1 choice. I was about to say that I think the priority for Oriel is going to be Cho'Gall. And with an arrow build, not only can you use it in team fights, of course, but you can also use it on mercenary camps. And since this is one of the priorities that you have on this map in the first place, would have been pretty interesting to see that. But instead, we're going to get auto attack style. Shogal is in the meantime up at the top. That poor mount, by the way. I mean, I really don't care if you like a demon, fellhound thingy, whatever it is. But if you have that guy, it's already okay, there's a couple of things here. I mean, first of all, him sitting on that thing, poor mount. And then also, if you have a Shogal player that has an actual skin, you know that there are some shenanigans going on. I mean, that's always the moment when you're just thinking, oh god, why me? So, yeah, I wouldn't really be too happy about this if I was them. Yeah, rough. Rough is all that I can say here. So, gonna be a little bit tough. But again, Shogal, he's a big boy. We're gonna see how many moves he can make in the game. Now that the 1 minute mark has passed, the teams are obviously starting to go for their camps, as you would also expect. Grenades so far from Tigers. And yeah, Vala. Oriel is playing with Vala here. So Shogal is currently up at the top, trying to get some stacks in for Vala. I think it's going to shift later, the focus for her. But right now we have Oriel together with Vala down here. We're having Shogal alone up at the top. Already starting to tap the fountain, I suppose, but gotta be a bit careful on this one. It's a 2 versus 2. Now that the Hlopaka is moving in, they're getting the numbers advantage, but this is not quite out yet. Trying to go for the drag and misses it. That would have been pretty sweet if he connects it here, but couldn't. And the bigger they are, obviously, as a level 4 choice, that doesn't come as a shock. We get the Vile Cleaver for our boy Stitches. And down at the bottom of the map, they are still doing some damage. Ooh, but the whip is missing. The hook does too, but Rega didn't. So, Oriel is dead. That's first blood in the game as Team Ultralisk is trying to fight back and start taking the win on the second map. Forcing game number 3. We had a lot of 3-mappers already, but yep, there's a chance to go for another one. So let's force the third map and see what the teams can do here. I'm totally on board for this. We had so many close games. Banshee Cup Season 2 has been awesome. Khaldor up at the top, going for Hirnax. And they get a kill. Hogga is gone. Kill versus kill. Down at the bottom of the map as the siege is about to be taken by Miriala. We have an immediate attack coming in. They wanted to get the kill on Vala, but instead, yes, the drag into the whip. Hunter Orc with precision comes in and grabs it. And look at Ultralisk. He sneaks it. Didn't even try to get away here. It's like, well, you're still on cooldown. He gets away too. Beautiful play by Ultralisk. That was epic. That was really epic. He knew the Hlopaka had just used his tongue, so he knew it was still on cooldown. He knew nobody had a gap closer, so he simply went in, took the seat, then he escaped and just flies out of it. Awesome, awesome move by Ultralisk. He knew exactly which abilities were up, which weren't, and he's like, well, even if you interrupt me, you can't kill me. So I'm just going to take it from here. And, well, he did. Good for him. Now, we have on level 7 the Empathic Link now. So, level 7 gives us also for Vala the Hot Pursuit. And they're trying to steal some of the camps away. Oriel has died again. Shogal is now at the top against Hogga. But down here, it's a bit of a problem. And Vala, careful. You have gone into auto stacks on level 1, girl. So, you gotta be a bit cautious on this one. Hlopaka is dead. That means 3 kills to 2. And maybe they can do a little bit more, steal the camp away, get some pressure going. They have 1 seed already. This is the second one, and it spawns nicely on their side of the map. So that's definitely a pretty good starting point into this. Yeah, Stitches is gonna get an. Stitches is gonna be an absolute pest as the game continues, and they're getting level 13 in the extended hook range. There's a couple of siege giants that you gotta deal with, obviously, but it's all about the seed right now. If you get 2 seeds super early in the game, it's a bit of a problem in the sense that obviously you want to be, you don't want to be under pressure with every single seed that spawns. And this is essentially what happens if it comes to that. So yeah, Tigers gets destroyed. He's gone. They're trying for another kill here now too. With Ultralisk in trouble. Yep, they don't want the birdie. Hogga's dead. Helping hand! Oh, and he made it! Ultralisk made it again. 4 kills to 3, 9.5 on the level board now. We've gotten, by the way, Combat Tactician. Combat Tactician is in, which is actually pretty cool. The cooldown reduction for the minigun is an epic choice for Tigers given the situation. I really, really like that. That helps you a lot with the bigger they are, and if you are against a target like Cho'Gall, and basically your entire game centers around you taking him out, that's great for Außenseiter, and that might help him to get the damage in and take Cho'Gall down. 10 kicks in for both teams. We have Aegis, as you would expect. Vala, by the way, is not doing too badly on her stacks. She's actually doing a lot better than I initially expected, given the team composition that they're playing here. So, good for them. Yeah. Vala making some pretty sweet moves with this. Getting the auto attack damage now connected. We have 4 kills to 3 overall. Both teams on level 10, which gives them in this case also Gorge. So they can try to Gorge Cho'Gall up and get the 2-for-1 Walmart special. Careful. Vala, yep, there's a Gorge. Gorge Gust as an isolation combo. Big damage from Vala, but she's also under a lot of pressure here. Shockwave, she's able to get out. Aegis, and it's still going to be the end of Hunter. No, wait. Oh, okay. So yes, Oriel still died, but they also got a counter kill against Hogger. And Cho'Gall at the top has gone for the fort and taken it out. Now, one of the things that I should probably already explain as we're talking about Cho'Gall here, once that Cho'Gall hits level 20, he gets an ability that significantly reduces his death timer. Once that you have that, a play that you can make, in which we have seen a lot, is you just suicide. You just commit Sudoku and you go straight over to your opponent and you take a keep down, for example. And your opponent can't really do a whole lot about it, because even though they get the kill against you, your death timer is so low, by the time they cross the map in order to capitalize on that kill, you're already back ready to defend. There is, of course, a component that kicks in regarding experience, but it's honestly negligible, simply because at that point, both teams are most likely level 20, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But you can sacrifice your life as Cho'Gall and just try and get structure value. Now, you can obviously always counterplay that a little bit in the sense that you expect it and then you take him down before he destroys the structures, but keep that in mind as an option at least, because it might be something that we're going to see as the game continues. 13 is ready. Half a level lead for Team Ultralisk. Polster is flying in as they're trying to use the global. Again, Gust as an option. Cho'Gall is trying to get out, and this is going to be one of the plays. That hook was clutch. It's going to be one of the plays. One of the plays in this is going to be just try and make a move for Cho'Gall, gorge him, get the 2-for-1, and then use Gust as an isolation. A little bit more self-sustain from Vala as she goes for Tempered by Discipline. Molten Block is also ready. That will have to be used. And Cho'Gall is still chasing and is taking Rhaegar down easily, by the way. Yeah, Rhaegar is gone. They might go for Tigers. Nah, it's Stitches that they're able to grab. Damage output, also kind of interesting, because in this case at least, we have 20,000 for Tigers. I gotta admit, I personally expected it to be a bit higher at this point already. Vala is at 29,000. So she's putting in the work here. And they're going for another structure. Vala is working on the next seed. They already took one. They, of course, initially lost out on seeds, which forced them to react to every single one that spawns from here on out. But they grabbed the third one, and now Vala is in the process of getting another one for the team. Level 16 Talons will kick in next, but it's still 2 levels away before the teams are getting to that point. And Dehaka is already sitting here at the side. Yep. Sitting pretty. And Vala is all the way up at the top going for the next camp. Okay, so we have a little bit of equilibrium in the game. At the beginning, it was a pretty intense back and forth. Seeds taken, a lot of pressure applied by Team Ultralisk as they're hoping to tie the score and force game number 3 in the series. But right now, it's starting to even out a bit. Structurally, the blue team has taken the lead as they destroyed the topside fort, and now they're moving in again, trying to do the same thing down here at the bottom of the map. Yeah, want to go for the Gust, and Gust into the corner. Nice! Shockwave! Nice combo attempt, but I'm not sure if it's going to work out for them. Gorge against Cho'Gall, that's a different story. Dehaka with the link, and there's the kill. Rhaegar is gone, but Cho'Gall will likely fall too. It's a 2-for-2 trade though. They lost Hogga, they lost Rhaegar. Cho'Gall is also dead, but it's 10 kills to 9. The Hlopaka came in again for another lick, and Vala obviously is just working the numbers. Here comes Manticore, and that's the end of Stitches. Manticore, the end of Stitches, that is just something that he cannot deal with. And they won the fight. They came through the fight and absolutely crushed it. I love this. I really do. 11 kills to 9. And I have to, I think, apologize a little bit here to Miriala. Great performance. Really well done. They're also going to get Garden Terrors out of this. When Miriala picked auto attack, I wasn't so sure about it. I was honestly looking at this and I was like, can you really? And the answer is yes. So the Garden Terror is maybe not a given. Vala's also running out of mana, which is a bit of a problem. But I gotta admit that Vala with 137 stacks, Manticore, not a single death, has so far absolutely crushed it. So yeah, big one. Cho'Gall back to business. 5 versus 5. This is a big one, by the way. There's Siege Giants at the top, which is already a problem. False stat about to go down. Nah, he survived and can gust, and that's an isolation play against Cho'Gall, and he's dead. But so is False stat at least. There's still Siege Giants at the top. Vala is now getting attacked. X-Ray wants the hook and hits it. That's the end. That's the first kill against Vala. Well, Aegis, she doesn't have mana. She doesn't have mana. She's still able to get away. What? No! Oh, they're all dead. Vala is the only survivor. Run, girl, run. No. 5-man team wipe. Entire team is gone. There's the Garden Terrors now. Beautiful plays made by Team Ultralisk. It was really, I mean, anyway, this is something. This is really something. This was all up for grabs, and then, as you can tell, now all of a sudden, it's a totally different story here, as we're having a 5-man wipe lead straight into an objective. We get the Garden Terrors. They're taking the fort in the middle and at the bot lane out. And now, of course, there's a massive amount of momentum in the hands of the red team. Team Ultralisk has taken a mad advantage all of a sudden. And this one is big for them. Really big. The Gust isolations that we've seen multiple times from Falstad were fantastic. And I gotta say, just generally speaking, the moves that we've now seen time and time again from Ultralisk in particular were nothing short but fantastic. The steal on the seed that, amongst other things, led to this situation right now. Him getting the isolation play time and time again, that was still big. And also great hooks, of course, from X-Ray, who was able to lock Vala down, amongst other things. Now they got the Hlopaka kill too. Yeah, 12 kills to 15. It's a bit of a tragedy. They're dangling by... That you can't be serious. The fact that he survived is perfect. But they're losing Odin right now. Stitches, who's winning that fight? What a perfect start. They're losing Hogga, they're losing Ultralisk. Okay, they're still losing everybody. But jeez, guys, that was glorious. I mean, seriously. We're gonna take a look at this again in another second as Vala is just cleaning shit up. But take a look and think about vision. Take a look at this and think about vision. They're all sitting in the bush. Vala is just sitting there, just baiting it. Miriala, Master Beta Deluxe. And then they forced the fight around this. It was just so damn good. One of the best bait plays that I mean, you can argue if it was maybe one of the most obvious ones too. But boy, oh boy, just dangling Vala in front of Stitches. And X-Ray fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. That was amazing. And now the Keep's gone. Keep's gone, and they want more than that. They want the game. And I think they have it. Of course they have it. Well, do they? It's gonna be close, so it could be close. I think they have it here. Core is already losing hit points. Tychus is at least back, but look at Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall with mad damage, and it's insane. What a series. And what a performance here by them. Holy hell. GG, Hlopaka. 2-0 victory against Team Ultralisk. Well done.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.